So,
okay, yeah.
I think we should move on before I make everybody else really pig sick as well. Let's get into Gazzy Snippets. Okay, Apple executives have had to respond to the annoying iOS 16 copy and paste prompt, although I think it's now been fixed, I believe. Is that correct? I think so,
I believe
anyway.
so, with 1602.
Yeah. But yes, there's a few things that are going on with software from Apple at the moment, which are rather
camera
annoying.
Problems.
Well, all sorts of problems. I just wonder if, you know, the ethics and ethos from Mr. Johnny Ive now is gone. Perhaps they've just got a bit slapstick in you know, some of their processes.
Well, and you know what the worst part is?
I'm joking, folks.
This is happening to the Pro models, not the regular models.
Yeah.
So
indeed,
all you people who paid extra for better cameras and stuff. I forgot. We're kidding.
No, we're not.
Really,
we're
really
kidding.
Serious.
Yeah, we're really
so
serious. One thing I haven't mentioned, actually, which I should have done in my piece, is I haven't noticed the fact that I've got an SE over my previous watch guy. It's not. I'm thinking I made the right choice in getting an SE.
I'm thinking you did too.
So really loving it. I haven't noticed the fact that I never used the ECG or hardly ever anyway. So anyway, that's a different. Let's get back onto Gazzy Snippets. Meta have been sued for skirting Apple privacy rules to snoop on users. Well, there's a surprise. Apple TV Plus streaming 5 classic Sidney Poitier films to celebrate a new documentary release. I'd like to see the documentary, actually, when it comes on board. Apple Pay later launch delayed. Apple Pay later launch delayed. Apple Pay later. That's what threw me there.
I know.
So Apple Pay later launch has been delayed, perhaps into 2023. I don't even know what Apple Pay later is. So.
Well, it's basically because with Apple Pay, it's taking the money like right out of your checking account or saving, you know, wherever it is that you have it set up.
Almost
it's more like a credit card. Yeah, it's more like a credit card. So they're going to delay the later. Later is delayed.
But that makes sense, doesn't it?
It kind of does.
Not ironic at all.
Not at all. At 12% interest. So it's going to be even later than that. 12% more later.
Super. Apple's London HQ in Battersea Power Station finally to set open early next year. Might go down and see that if I can. If it's a HQ, hang on a minute. Apple's London HQ. Oh, that may mean that I can't go and see it because it'll be obviously only for employees. Apple has published a new design guidelines for live activities on the iPhone 14's Pro's Dynamic Island. Good for them. Haven't got one.
Yeah, there's already an Android copy of it, by the way.
Well, you know.
Not a big surprise.
No. Apple and other companies are concerned as India tries to push its own GPS system. Not quite sure I got that. I put that in and it was basically obviously baiting you because it said Apple and other companies. Well, obviously Google will be concerned about that, probably more than Apple, if I'm honest.
Well, so India has their own GPS system, and so they want to use that instead in India.
Correct.
Well, then what's the big deal? So go ahead.
Well, however, there are other technologies that provide precise location by satellite. Now India is trying to push NavIC, its own navigation system. Apple and other companies seem to be worried about this. We'll have to wait and see what happens there on that one. Don't quite know why India are doing that. Possibly, you know, just to get command over it. I can understand that to a degree. Apple has boosted the UK developer community with App Store Foundations program. So the UK program to begin with focus on supporting female founders. There you go. I'm just reporting what it says. iPad Pro is revolutionizing how archaeologists preserve the history of Pompeii. Apparently, archaeologists share how they use iPad Pro and Apple Pencil to capture data in the excavation site at Pompeii. Well done, them.
Yeah, it's mostly like this.
Yeah, they're hardly moving, are they?
It's not like they're going anywhere.
It's a bit like dead people in that museum that you're going to.
It's like just send them to the mutter.
We shouldn't joke.
No.
Apple shifts some iPhone 14 production from China to India. Well, yeah, that's a long-term thing. Next time it'll be from India to somewhere else. Watch as iPhone. I laughed at this, but then I like the headline and what I was going to say. That watch the iPhone 14 crash detection being put to the ultimate test by totaling 4 cars. And I thought, wow, that must have been really expensive.
While you were gone, there was actually a story about a guy who decided to do exactly that, but with his own car.
Oh my word.
It was in the Mac press. It was like, I read that and it was like, really? Okay.
Well, okay. Yes, but how expensive was his car? Because I later found out that they were using rather old, battered.
Yeah, I'm sure it was like cars, a Yugo or something like that.
But I did find out. I just thought it was funny, that to imagine them using brand new cars. We'll just go out and get my Jaguar.
my 68 XKE with the V12.
Yeah, just to see if this damn crash detection works.
And all you see is the car upside down flying through the air with the guy behind the seat going, "It works!"
Apparently, an Apple senior manager in his 60s has blamed ageism for not receiving his merit bonus.
Or maybe he was just sitting on his ass because he was an old guy.
A senior manager at Apple this week has sued the company for claiming that he was denied a retention bonus of at least $800,000 because
was Salsa going.
He's gone, mate.
He's
because
gone.
at the age of 64, he was no longer seen as the part of Apple's future. No surprise there, my friend.
Well, Tim Cook just has to get over it.
Yes, Apple can now replace internal battery on the iPad Mini 6 rather than the entire device. Well, that's good. Repairability, man. I think he did this when he was over in the UK, but Tim Cook's been going on about there's no good excuse for the lack of women in tech. No, there isn't. Apple has removed Russia's largest social network from the App Store. Good for them. iOS 16 feature for bypassing captures will soon work with many more websites. That is interesting. I do like the sound of that, if that works, because capture is just a pain in the butt.
In iOS and iPad OS.
Well, in any browser. Doesn't matter where you go. But anyway, iOS 16 feature for bypassing captures will soon work with many more websites. So I don't know, that kind of hints that it's only working on certain websites, which is a bit odd. But anyway, the capture they're talking about is the one where you have to click the how many traffic lights can you see in these images below? Click all of them.
God, I hate those things.
Yeah. Apple's next big car milestone is assembling its team once again. So there will be an Apple car guy. I told you there would be. That was me sniggering. Still think it's going to be a service. Ohio State football player has been caught sporting an Apple Watch whilst playing.
Oh. Well, see, crash detection. That's where that all comes back to.
Just incredible.
You have been hit by a 325-pound linebacker. Would you like us to call emergency services? No, ref, flag it.
Flag it. Apple are to announce the Q4 2022 earnings on October 27. Watch out for that. It'll be good fun. I bet they won't make any money at all.
No.
Apple's website suggests the iPhone 14 Plus was originally going to be named iPhone 14 Max. Whoopee-doo.
Boy.
Well, it's not, though, is it? I mean, someone's dug into this. They've found this, and they've made this as a headline, but it's not called the Max. It's
so who cares?
Yeah. So who cares? Precisely. Just incredible. Tim Cook has picked up a master's degree in innovation and international management whilst he was in Italy.
Well, he'd hit all the sites before, so it was like, I got nothing else to do. Think I'll pick up a degree in design while I'm here in Rome.
Took
I
him
won't
a
be
week,
able to.
mate.
I won't be able to read the diploma, but it'll say it in Italian.
Apparently, Tim Cook has also said, it's not too long from now you'll wonder how you led your life without AR. Well, let's hope it's soon, because
Yeah,
getting a little bit sick and tired of hearing about it, Tim.
It's been about 15 years they've been talking about it, and you know what we've gotten so far? Lots of demos of dinosaurs looking through doors. That's pretty much all we've gotten from AR that of any significant. I'm tired of AR and 3D and
yeah.
all of that crap.
Now onto a serious bit. Apple are donating to Hurricane Ian relief efforts as storm pummels Florida. Well, it's pummeled more than Florida. So, yeah, just
now I still have relatives in Florida. But they're all on the East Coast, fortunately. However, one of my nephews who happened to he was in Germany at the time, but his wife was in Daytona, and she sent me some pictures. Their whole house just got flooded out. Now, what a lot of people don't understand about Florida is it's really, really flat. And when they build homes, it's pretty much at sea level. Everything in Florida is basically at sea level. And when I was a boy, I went through 3-4 hurricanes in the 1960s. However, our house, which was built out of cinder block, weathered each one of those storms with absolutely no problem whatsoever. And because the way our yard was set up, it was slightly raised a little bit. And also, none of these storms that hit us were of like the category 4, almost category 5 that Ian was. So I remember as a boy, once the hurricane had passed, going out onto the street and, riding my bike in the water and all that, which was an incredibly stupid thing to do. But it wasn't up to like our doors and stuff like that. But the whole house was flooded.
Yeah. So our thoughts go out to everybody who's been affected by it. Can you hear Wilf in the background?
I was going to say Wilf isn't happy about it either.
Yeah, no, he's not. I don't know why he's barking. He's barking at something, and I can't leave to tell him to stop. So you'll just have to listen to him in the background.
Yes.
So our thoughts go out to everyone that's been affected by Hurricane Ian. God bless you.
And hope that you get the help you need soon.
Yep. Apple procurement VP has departed company after a vulgar TikTok comment. I think this guy's a Brit, actually. I think he is. I'm not totally sure. He was certainly wearing a Union Jack waistcoat, though at the moment, I'm going to say nothing about our government. Apart from that, Tony Blevins, the Apple Vice President of Procurement, is set to depart the company after he made a crude comment about his profession in a recent TikTok video. Dear, oh dear, how stupid can you be? Apple has pulled... Oh, and I've done that story already. Apple's career offices raided by an antitrust regulator over allegations it has charged developers... Wait for it, 33% commission, guy. It's all in the 3%. It's all in the 3%. Reducing Apple's dependence on China by just 10% would take 8 years, according to Bloomberg.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. Apple stopped signing iOS 16 and iOS 16.0.1. Downgrading from 16.0.2 is now no longer possible. You have been warned. More signs of iPhone 14 demand emerge across the resale market and supply chain. Apparently it's not. The iPhone 14 models have depreciated in value more than twice as much as the iPhone 13 in the same time frame last year. Interesting.
Well, there was, because I know that their stock went down a little bit because there was lots of rumors that the demand wasn't there for the new products as it has been in the past. And,
there's kind of there's quite a lot happening in the world at the moment. It's not a
Yeah.
surprise, is it really?
Well, you wouldn't think so, but apparently analysts are all like, oh. So
Apple Music exclusively streaming Billie Eilish's full O2 Arena concert. Not sure when that's happening, actually. Don't think I'll be watching it.
not a fan.
Billie Eilish is okay.
She's
Billie
fine,
Eilish is okay.
I guess.
Yeah. Apple shares a new Chase ad touting the iPhone 14 Pro camera features. Don't know if you see that. I started watching it, stopped watching it, got bored. It's not that long.
It's an ad.
It's an ad. In a Tim Cook interview, he says, "I'm not really sure the average person can tell you what the metaverse is."
I'm not. I'm pretty sure he's right. Yeah,
I think he's right. And that guy is the end of quite a long, in the end, Gazzy Snippets.